What I'd like for you to do right now, I want you to think about your dream, because I'm in a room full of dreamers. Think about your dream right now. I want you to think about it and envision it. I don't know what that dream is that you have. I don't care how far-fetched it might appear to be. I don't care how disappointing it might have been as you've been working toward that dream. But here's what I know, that dream that you're holding in your mind, that it's possible.
Well, welcome to the life of an entrepreneur. So it's 1:40 a.m. right now. A few hours ago, I got a text message from our automated system that one of the clients' server was down, and figured out the problem, troubleshooted everything, and now I'm gonna go and fix it.
My name is Ali Khan, and thank you for watching Idaho. Hi, today is January 12th, 2020. Yeah, I do have to look at the date today. It's a Sunday, and it's 8:37 p.m. I am recording this video, and yes, that title is right. In the first 12 days, 2020 has been crazy. I have been able to already achieve one of the goals I set. What do they say? No plan goes according to plan? We'll talk about that in just a second. But before we do that, I wanted to thank you. Thank you for your messages. Thank you for your calls. Thank you for everything, for even taking the time to watching these videos. I'm very encouraged, very motivated, and I think I couldn't have found a better hobby and better way to interact and convey what I am trying to achieve. I am grateful. I really am. Now, let's talk about my goals. But before I do that, let's first talk about the start of the video. It was a little different than my first video. And the reason is I promised you a time lapse. I know it's not a very good quality time lapse. It was windy. I wasn't flying, so I was recording time lapses. So I thought I would put that in there. It was very windy that day. I think there was about 25 knots, gusting 35 knots. I put the camera somewhere, and I still have to learn a heck of a lot about this camera. So it's getting there. I have seen many videos, and some of them have worked, some of them haven't worked. But let's see how we can keep on learning and keep on improving on capturing some amazing image. Anyway, let's talk about the dream part of it. Why would I put Denzel Washington's voiceover? I think that's one of the craziest speeches ever. Whenever I'm exercising, I think whenever I enter into the gym, this is always playing in my head, always in my headphones. And here's the reason why. If you cannot envision it, if you cannot dream about it, if you cannot believe in it, you won't be able to achieve it. Now, this channel is not about, how to be successful and how to be a good entrepreneur and how to make $1 million business. Honestly, I am nothing about those things. What I am trying to bring to you is I have set these goals, 6 of them. Well, now there is 5 of them. And I am trying to achieve them, how I am putting my energy into it, what are my approaches to the problem. And with your help and reevaluating them, and probably I would be able to achieve all of them. Now, goal number 1, 2, and 3 is all about that. There's a small clip I put in there, and that is actually a real recorded clip. You could see how tired I was in that video. And, that's the life of an entrepreneur. At 1 a.m. or 2 a.m., something happens, electricity failure happens, something happens, and you have to go and just do it. And that's what it is all about. That night, I'm grateful to the team. Everybody was up, but, the client, when he came in the morning, he said, something happened last night. And I said, yes, it happened. And everything is going up and good now. So I just wanted to show you that glimpse of a life in Idahopreneur. And I wanted to convey that, yes, you know, you gotta be up. It's you. If you're a 9-to-5 guy, entrepreneurship is not your thing. Anyway, 1, 2, and 3, the goals. Goal number 1, simply I wanted to introduce more discipline in my life. Now, there's 24 hours a day, in a day, and you cannot increase them, but you can obviously decrease them by wasting the time, by not having discipline, by not being able to achieve, and wasting time. So I think discipline is a lot more important than anything else, because the only thing in life that you can never get back is time, and the only way to increase value is by increasing efficiency, and the only way you increase efficiency is by discipline. We'll do a huge video on this, a few parts of videos, and we'll go talk to people who have actually helped me achieve my goals. So I'm thinking it will lead you there too. The second goal I had was to learn a new skill. And now I have been programming since the age of 14, but you know, you got to keep yourself up to date. The new technologies, especially in IT and management, in corporate management, in enterprise management, the new thing that the world is going to see in 2020 and onwards is going to be introduction of Python. So Cisco Networks are going to be doing it. A lot of other people are going to be introducing it. People are now building websites and server sites, everything in Python. Honestly, if you've been a programmer for a long time, you got to unlearn a lot of things to relearn and then relearn Python, because it's a lot more simpler. The syntax is a lot more simpler. It's a lot more easier, and trust me, it becomes a problem. I don't know why. It's probably how my head works, and it's not true for you, but you know, it's Python. It has deep learning and artificial intelligence, and in my last meeting with Cisco, I was told that they're going to be using it for actually their new courses that are coming out this year. I think February 20th, they're all about that. I'm not going to divert. We're going to talk about that. That's a separate video. I got this feedback, and I am truly grateful that I need to keep my mouth shut and only focus on one topic, so we'll only need to focus on one topic. The goal number 3. Last year, I became a pilot. Yes, I did. That was my last year's goal. One of the 4 goals was to become a pilot. I did not know how much it requires of you, how much education is required, how much studying is required, how much time is required. But I think it's an amazing learning experience. You know, the greatest lesson pilotage, flying, being a pilot taught me is, you know, the first thing that they do, your instructor, if you ever want to learn to fly, they're going to take you up and they're going to help you stall your airplane. And I'm like, it's the first day of flying. They will take you up, and my instructor, shout out to him, Yoshi, is an amazing dude. We'll talk about him later on in the videos. I haven't had his permission to talk about him yet, so once I get his permission, we'll talk about it. But he is an amazing man, and he inspires me. I have not seen somebody who goes after his goals so dedicatedly and passionately. But so he takes me up into the airplane to, you know, we go to about 7,500 feet, and then he stalls the airplane. And then he gives me the airplane and he says, now you stall it. And I was like, why? On the first day? And he goes, yes, because everybody can back the airplane, turn the airplane, do all of that stuff. But you need to understand that you have to prepare for the failure. You cannot be afraid of it. And I think that is one of the most important lessons I learned in entrepreneurship too, is that you have to give it a shot and you have to try it. And you need to be able to focus on those things and learn from that experience. And you know, whoever said that cheesy sentence that people say that if you've learned from your failures, it's not a failure, it's a lesson. It's true. So if you cannot envision, you cannot dream. And if you cannot go after it, you will never be able to achieve it. Similarly, if you're not going to take the risk to be able to go towards it, and you're always going to be afraid of the failure, the biggest failure is not giving it a shot. So we'll talk about that in some of the time in detail. But here is the thing. This year's goal number 3 was to fly in my own airplane and get IFR rating. IFR rating I already started, and my first few classes have already happened, and that was going according to plan, but something crazy happened. You know what Rumi said? Rumi said, if you want something really bad, the world conspires, the universe conspires to bring it to you. That's exactly what happened. The universe conspired. In my last video, I talked about the cousin of mine who I shook hands over 2 deals that we made. One of them I'm still not gonna tell you. You will only know about it. It's bigger than buying an airplane, to be very honest. That's how I feel it. I don't know how you would feel about it, but I think it's bigger for me. But we got the airplane. It just lucked out. Somebody knew somebody who had this amazing plane in Pocatello, Idaho. So Idahopreneur finds an airplane in Pocatello, Idaho, and you can see the excitement on my face right now. Yeah, it was crazy how it worked out, how it happened. It happened in the last 12 days. So when I was recording that last video, that time I just got done onboarding a new client, and I just got this phone call, and it just all worked out. So it's a 182H. It's the more powerful airplane that I've ever flown. It's an IFR capable airplane. It has a brand new engine into it. I will take you on a ride slowly, but for right now, here is a glimpse of Skyline 1867 X-Ray. Enjoy, and I'll see you in 7 days. I promise, 7 days.